Familiarity made them overlook your value. They were so familiar with you. They just knew you weren't ever going to go nowhere. They just thought that they can treat you any kind of way, but they couldn't though. You know what I mean? And just because they were familiar did not give them the right to treat you in a manner that you did not deserve. And they learned that really quickly. And most importantly, they didn't realize how rare your energy was. Yo, I'm telling you, people be out here underestimating greatness. And because you show up in such a great way in people's lives, they think that they can get that anywhere. And these people went out here truly thinking that they can find you in anyone, that they can find you anywhere. And they were sadly mistaken because not everyone loves so deeply, communicates in the way that you do, does the things for these people. No, everyone don't move like that. And I've said this before, a lot of times we're out here moving like and acting like we're common, but there's absolutely nothing common about a chosen person anywhere. And they didn't understand that while they had full access to you. They didn't understand that while you were in their lives, because in their minds, they're like, yo, I can find another you. You know what I mean? In their minds, because of how you moved, they thought that every single person out here was just like you. But they're not though. Your energy is rare. Yo, everyone doesn't want the things that you want. Everyone is not out here moving like you're moving. No, that was just you. And so these people quickly realized, like, man, I messed up. I dropped the ball. I could have done things different. But what they're realizing is energy like yours is typically recognized through absence. So now that you're gone, so now that you're not showing up in these individuals' lives, this is when they're feeling it. And really, family, the time away from you is really creating clarity for these people. A lot of emotional clarity, because they're really starting to see, oh man, I think I did wrong. That they're really starting to see, oh my goodness, I think I could have done that differently. I think I could have treated her better. I think I could have treated him better. And they're starting to see that, family. And it didn't happen overnight. Things like this happen over time because their perspective is now changing, because they're truly starting to realize what you brought to the table, man. I'm telling you. And I hate that for these people, because it's like, yo, how do you have the blessing the whole time and lose it? How do you have the blessing the whole time and just squander it away all off some bad decision? It makes no sense. And yo, now these people are just out here bouncing around, going from pillar to post, crawling in and crawling out. Yo, and the crazy part is it didn't even have to be like that, because they had you in their lives the whole time. And they're realizing again how cool you were, how much fun. Y'all are a lot of fun. I'm telling you, if you were chosen one, which you are, you're a lot of fun. People love being around you. People love being in your lives, and these people realize that. And it's just a little bit too late, because now they're thinking about how you made them feel emotionally, how you held their heart, how you made them feel good, how you did things for them and their families. And now they're starting to see it, and it's hitting different, because that distance is creating the clarity. That distance is making them feel so sad about how they did things and realizing that they could have done things different and better. They missed that version of you. That version of you that was there for them. That version of you that they could count on. That version of you that loved them so freely. That version of you that gave access. And it's crazy because that's not the case like that anymore. A lot of y'all have shut down from the foolishness because you've changed. You're not giving all that access. You're not doing all the things that you once did. You're not giving a million and billion chances for people to change and get their lives together. No, you're not doing that. You're giving space. You're giving space. You're giving time. You're giving less energy. You're not dealing in it because you don't have to. And when these individuals took you for granted, Joe, they realized and they learned that real quick. In this season, you good. You know what I mean? You're no longer that version of self. And this is a good thing for you. It's a good thing for you because you're putting yourself first, because you're learning how to love yourself, because you're learning how to take care of yourself and treat yourself and be kind to yourself. And you don't have to deal with them. You never did. You thought that you did. They made you feel like you did, but you don't though. So what now? What now? You know what I mean? Where do they go from here? What now? You've changed. You've changed, and you've changed the game. Not only have you changed physically, you've changed emotionally. You're deciding that you no longer want to show up in the world in the manner you were showing up in because you didn't have to. And real talk, your growth changed the whole dynamic. Your growth, that's really the change, the game changer. It changed the whole dynamic because you're no longer that person that they once knew. They lost that version of you a long time ago. When they took you for granted, yo, you became a different person, and a better one for you, because you're not dealing with it. Yo, you know what you learned in this season? That no is a complete sentence. It doesn't have to be before or after. Yo, no. No is a complete sentence. And you learned that real quick because you're no longer accessible like you used to be. They can't just come in and out of your life like they once did. They don't get the right to play in your face. They don't get the right to come in and out. And they don't get the right to do that because they never had to. They never had that right. And they're learning real quick. Here's the thing, man. You were being nice to these people. And that's the thing about taking people for granted. You were really sitting here being really nice to these people. And they got so comfortable. That was you the whole time. You were the one with the anointing. And that's the thing that people tend to forget, that you brought the anointing the whole time, that they really thought it was them. These people were out here truly thinking that their energy was their own. No, that was all from you. You were the one blessing these people. You were the one making their lives amazing. You were the one being kind. You were the one being loving. It was you the whole time. And they learned real quick that the energy is different, that the absence is hitting different, that your silence is speaking louder than words. And they're seeing it. You know what I mean? And the version of you that they once had is gone because you're not giving that version to them anymore. You're giving that version to yourself and to the people in your life that value you. You're giving that version of yourself to the things that matter the most to you. You're no longer casting your pearls to swine. Yo, why? You never had to. Where? I'll wait. You never had to. And now, because you've genuinely grown and you genuinely changed, they're genuinely realizing that they no longer have access to that version of self that you once used to be. They don't anymore. And the sad part in all of this, they got to watch you win. The sad part in all of this is they're sitting and watching and realizing what they lost when they lost you. The sad part about all of this is that you was the one the whole time and they had the blessing and they lost it. And they're realizing it. And truly, family, the sad part is they will never replace you. And I don't think people get that, Joe. I don't think that they understand that when you truly have a blessing, right? When you truly have a person that's so good to you, a person that's so kind, a person that's willing to walk with you wherever you go, when you lose that, it don't hit the same. And these people have to realize that the hard way, and I hate it for them because it didn't have to be like that. You know what I mean? It truly didn't have to be like that. But oh, how the tables have turned. They lost that version of you, and they're probably never going to get it back. Oh, how the tables have turned. You gave these people your best time, your best energy, and your best self, and they squandered it. Oh, how the tables have turned, Joe. And there's nothing that you have to do. Where? All you got to do is continue to move and grow, because as you overcome and overcome, you become someone new all day, hands down. And they see it, yo, and they got to watch you win. Again, I hate that for them, because who wants to admit that they let a good one go? I'll wait. Who wants to admit that they had the blessing the whole time and now the blessing's gone? Nobody. So, in conclusion, family, a lot of times people don't realize your value until they have to experience life without your energy. They don't realize your value until they got to move about freely in life without you there. They don't realize your value until they realize what they lost, yo. And that's a sad day for them, because now they got to sit here and suffer in silence while they watch you win. And I'm telling you, you may not think they see you, but they see you. You may not think they see you, but they see you all day. And you're doing remarkable things in your lives. And you're making wonderful moves in your lives. And they're watching you win, living in regret, wishing it was them, wishing you was with them, wishing they could just pick up the phone and call you. But the dynamic has changed, because now you've moved on. Now you've evolved. And now you're different. And that's on everything, family. Stay inspired. I want to thank you so much for watching my content. I started my YouTube page to share the many lessons that I learned along the way. And I hope my videos are resonating with you, providing you peace in a time of discomfort, and just overall resonating. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Peace and blessings to you. Stay inspired.